All right, man. Let's talk about Barry Sanders. Lions announced that they'll be giving Barry Sanders uh, his own statue, which is long overdue. Honestly, man, I think OSU already gave him a statue. Oklahoma State University has already gave him a statue. People forget that kind of went there. He was behind Thurman Thomas for a while, and I believe it was Barry Switzer, the Oklahoma coach, told the team that you don't want to injure Thurman Thomas because the running back they got behind him, Barry Sanders, is even better than Thurman Thomas, right? So that was kind of a funny story. His father kind of was always hard on Barry. I think he was mad because Barry chose to go to Oklahoma State over Oklahoma. Oklahoma just had a plethora of running backs that was going to be ahead of Barry. He wasn't going to be able to, break out like he was supposed to break out as well. So, obviously you got to get in where you can fit in at. Um, so, but yeah, they're giving him a statue outside of Ford Field, long overdue. I think a lot of people think, Isaiah Thomas statue is long overdue as well too. And we'll see what happened at Little Caesars. They might have a plan, to give they might be planning to get their own arena downtown for the Pistons. So that may be what the holdup is regarding Isaiah Thomas. I don't know nothing, no inside information. I'm just speculating, but they're gonna have to win. Right now they beating up on the Warriors, but they're gonna have to win for that to happen, and uh, you know, and it'd be interesting. Once you're able to win, you start raking in money, look at the opponent they're playing right now, in which it is the Golden State Warriors. And when you start raking in that money, then people in winning, then people had no problem putting the money up. The league had no problem helping you put the money up, and etc. But back to Barry, I think it's long overdue. Should have been had one. They did him dirty. We all know they did Barry dirty. He should have been allowed to go somewhere else, just like Matthew Stafford did years ago, and ball out. He should have been allowed to do so. And it's the God honest truth, you know. And a lot of people was siding with the Fords back in the day, and Mr. Ford when he was doing that. A tremendous amount of people was siding with them, and they just idiots. They were just idiots. But now they trying to act all brand new. But you understand, the Detroit seem to have some type of loyalty to the Fords. Obviously the Ford Motor Company was the one big three that didn't take the buyout, but people tend to forget ancient history and how they really was and how they hire mobsters to beat up minorities, most notably black people. How you just keep going on and on. And they dirty history that nobody wants to talk about. Just like people will get mad when they changed the Cobo Arena to TFC, whatever the hell it's called now. Because people didn't know the history of Albert Cobo. And I got a little small video about the history of Albert Cobo. And you just look stupid, especially if you're a black person. You just look stupid. So a lot of people, they say you gotta know your history to know where you're going in your future, and a lot of people tend to forget that and a lot of people don't understand it because history repeats itself. It may not necessarily repeat itself in the form of like slavery, like how they enslave people. This country is built off free labor, blah. But slavery it comes back, but it doesn't come back in the same form. You just kind of see what I'm saying? It comes back in a different form. A lot of people slaves, to the internet, or slaves to their trade. They slaves in a whole different way, but it's still slavery. It's just different. It's not going to come back in the same form. So that's what some people kind of don't really understand. History repeats itself. It may not repeat itself and manifest in the same manner, but a slave is a slave. You catch my drift. But But yeah, they did Barry dirty, and I remember hearing that as a kid, and a lot of people defending that move and all that. You know, he did what he can do, and he should be appreciated. Just like in Dominican Sue, we come back to Ford Field, people appreciate what he done. Barry should have had that opportunity. Now, what he did something to Miami, absolutely not. Then they took his money. Then they held his money for abruptly retiring because they couldn't monetize him breaking the record, and they couldn't make money off his back no more. Um, and that's what it was. And that's what it was. So he should have been had a statue. If we being 100% real, we should have been had a statue. He should have been had a statue. You know, and they should have paid him back tenfold, bro. And this is why a lot of people gonna tend to stop wanting to come to Detroit. I'm telling you, that's why a lot of people gonna want to stop coming to Detroit and just gonna pull a Eli Manning, and you can't blame them because ain't nothing changing. If Barry would have went somewhere else, his legend would have been totally different. His legend would have been totally different. Imagine if he was in Dallas and Emmett was in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It's just the honest truth. The shit he went through, dude. They should be paying him, retribution or whatever you call it. But Lions unveiled statue of Barry Sanders outside of Ford Field. It says Lions will immortalize Barry Sanders outside of Ford Field. The team announced during the halftime that the 8-foot bronze statue of Hall of Fame running back will greet fans entering the stadium in 2023. Quote, I can't believe the jokes have already started among my teammates about the height of the statue. Can you believe that? Sanders said via Eric Woodyard of ESPN. Quote, thank you so much to Detroit Lions and the entire Ford family. I'm truly honored and humbled by this, but I've got to say I'm truly blessed to play here in front of the amazing fans in Detroit, in the great city since 1989. Oklahoma State, where Sanders won the Heisman in 1988, unveiled a 9-foot statue of Sanders last year. So, I mean, Lions they got an 8-foot. They did a 9-foot. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Lions special assistant and president and CEO chairperson Chris Bill, who ain't doing a damn thing right now, but hey, who played with Sanders in Detroit, announced Sanders' latest honor to the life fans who chanted Sanders' first name. Quote, never more beloved by Lions fans, never more deserving of a monument here at Ford Field. Spillman said, Barry, on behalf of the Ford family, Detroit Lions organization, it's my pleasure to announce announced that we will unveil an 8-foot bronze statue of you here in Ford Field ahead of the 2023 season. Sanders is the fourth most rushing yards in history, 15,269. He won NFL MVP honors in 1997, was named first team All-Pro 6 times for 89 and 98. And at the end of the day, dude, what's better than a statue for Barry if you start winning? Y'all stop doing dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? He'd be even more happier than a statue. He see this franchise start winning. So, but great for him, man. You had to be there to understand like how high, he was the Michael Jordan. If not, he was like 2 times, 3 times the Michael Jordan in the city of Detroit. And you gotta remember the Tigers was trash. The Tigers was trash. The Pistons, they had Grant. Grant was pretty big because of the Fila shoes and all that type of stuff. But it really was Barry and then everybody else. If you look at, and then the Red Wings were the Red Wings. Even people who didn't watch hockey. They held it down so long. That's the only franchise that really get a pass, in my opinion. They can take as long as they pretty much almost need. And the Pistons has been the franchise that never upheld they end of the bargain. I mean, the Lions. And that's been an issue. And that's part of why we're in the deep depression that we're in now. But hey, nonetheless, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Dump the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance and notifications. We go live, drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole 9. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. One time. Varsity Sports Talk. Peace.